Howdy guys, welcome back to the Hanged Man. Two quick things before we get started. First is I found the fourth map. I didn't grab this in my original playthrough or my original recording. I didn't know where it was, but it's actually back in the same room where we did the tarot card readings with Sophie. You know, the past, present, and future where we had to put them in order. It's in that room. Just check the very back wall. I mean, it doesn't really serve any purpose now. We've already done this building. But in case you want it for completion's sake, go grab it if you want to. Then the next thing is, somebody actually told me about this in the comments, but back when we very first parted ways with Sophie, if you chase after her and talk to her, I guess that leads to a new ending. I haven't tried it out yet, but it didn't even occur to me to try to chase after her and talk to her, but I guess you could do that for an ending. They said it's not a very good ending. It's one of like the bad endings, but we're still definitely going to do that. Not in this video, but I'll probably do it for like the last video showing all the endings if there is a couple of them. But that works out good for me actually, because I still have plenty of save files with Sophie. In fact, I wish this game gave me more save files because I like to save every 10 minutes. So anyways, let's get started. And for this video, we're going to finish up on this building, and by the end of this video, I think we're going to be starting on building number 4, which I think is the last building. So we're making good progress, and even on the achievements, which I might go over at the end of this video, but I'm getting pretty close to finishing them. I think I'm at like 75% done with the achievements. So let me think. What do I do? The first thing I do, we'll definitely go grab the map of Sunnyside and then grab area map number 5. I showed both these items at the end of my previous video. But for this first puzzle coming up, it seems like a very, very hard puzzle. It took me a long time to figure it out. But what you have to do is look at this map of Sunnyside, and then if you read it, it's going to tell you these areas, and you kind of have to go in order. So do Oak Park first, and then Sunnyside Village, and then Balin's Park and Sunnyside Bay. These two are kind of put together, but it's 1, 2, and 3, which will make sense in just a second, but you got to go in order and look at this map. Like, look what these things look like. The first one, Oak Park, is like this kind of weird looking shape, and then there's the road, Oak Road, cutting through it. So just know what it looks like. And then same with Sunnyside Village. It's just these kind of like streets right here. And then Bayland Park looks like this. So you got to find 3 drawings and look at them in order. Which, tell me, is that not a hard puzzle to like put together? I don't know if it's because I haven't played a puzzle game in like a year, or if this is just a hard game. So the first one's going to be, I think, this room right up here. Yeah, take a look at this one first, and it says there's a doodle on the floor. And this one's definitely the first one. So before we leave, let's look at this book. It says Staff Member's Diary. I scolded the patient in 3202 for drawing on the floors. He keeps wandering with a map of his hometown. It was just depressing, so I confiscated it, but he's still wandering around here. So let's go take a look in room 3202 as well. The patient in room 3408 is clamoring about being watched. I taped up the cell to serve as makeshift blinds, but he still says he's being watched. He sits in a chair by his bed up against the bars, looking into the hall throughout the tape. Keeps muttering, "Everyone is watching me." Talk about disturbing. So this right here is actually a hint for another puzzle coming up. But it says he sits in a chair by his bed up against the bar. So keep that in mind. But we'll come to that in just a second. So we already looked at the first one. Let's go. Is there anything else to do on this floor? I don't think right now. We're going to come back here in just a second, but let's go up to room. Let me actually look at the map here. So we're on floor number 2. Let's look in 3202 first. So that's going to be 1, 2 right here. And then once you go to leave, that shadow starts chasing after you, which is just great. That's fantastic. And he follows you everywhere. I don't know if this is necessary, but I think it is. I'm not 100%. Oh, you know what? I might actually have to do that first before looking at the puzzle pieces in order. Just to save time in case it doesn't work, I'm going to go look one more time. Because I don't want to have to look at all three and it ends up not working. So let's look at this one more time just to be safe. Okay, so that was the first one. Yeah. See, like he stopped and looked at it. So I think you definitely do have to find that shadow first and have him follow you. So that was the first one. Come up to floor number 3. And all these cells right here, they all look the same. There's nothing to do in them. I've checked them all too, just to make sure, but there's nothing in there. And then I guess I could show this off really quick too. It's another one of those shortcuts leading back to previous parts in the game. So just unlock it if you ever want to go back. And then it leads right here to this door. But we don't have anything to do over there, so let's just go back. And same thing with this floor. Stick on this floor and go in the showers right here. And this is the second one, the little, I think it was Sunnyside Village. So take a look at that one. Leave. And then the last one is back on the first floor. I think it was this room? Yeah, this room right here. There's a doodle on the floor. And this one is like the hardest to understand what it is. Like that doesn't look like anything. That looks like a terrible drawing. But it definitely works. It's running out of batteries? I mean, I did just pick it up off the ground. That's not good. No, it is not. You do not want to be stuck here without a flashlight. Uh-oh, what was that? I saw that. You know what, though? I'd rather have a dog shadow than a person shadow, like any day. It's way less ominous to have a dog shadow.
Is somebody there?
Poor little Will. You're so scared and lost. What did I tell you? You have to believe us. Go find him, quickly. Because you still can't do anything by yourself.
I suppose it has to do with his father's death. Well, coming to say these strange things. I mean...
It was before your husband died that your son started talking about his friends, wasn't it? So I don't think there's a connection. They could simply be figments of his imagination.
Long time no see, Will. You don't seem to be in good spirits.
I've had enough of this hospital. They keep asking me things. It's like they're mad at me.
Yes, so it seems, even though there's nothing wrong with you.
Hey, why don't you try talking to everyone, Billy? Then everyone would believe me. They'd understand that I wasn't just a weirdo talking to nothing.
Will, didn't I tell you before? No one will believe in a talking dog. Why don't I tell you a secret, as proof of being a good friend? I'm being mistreated by my master here. He last fed me 2 days ago, and the last time before that, I forget when.
That's awful.
And that's not all. The doctor here often brings a woman to the examining room. It's not his wife. There's a repulsive smell of perfume left in that room. Will, animals don't lie, unlike humans. So I want you to trust me. Try it. Go and see if what I told you is true.
Will, how have you been lately? Are you still talking to those friends of yours?
I'm not talking to you anymore. You're a bad man.
Why am I a bad man?
Don't mistreat old Billy.
What's that?
Don't mistreat old Billy! Poor Billy's just a bag of bones. You're not feeding him at all.
What are you talking about? Billy's my dear dog. I would never mistreat him. Granted, I haven't fed him this morning yet. Yesterday. Did I feed him? Maybe the day before. I've been rather busy.
And not just that. You're bringing a woman here. You're a liar, Doctor! A big unfaithful coward!
Will, calm down. You came here to talk to me, didn't you? Not to fight.
Don't touch me!
Ah! Stop it! Let go! Let go, I say!
Ah!
You little demon! Horrible!
Would a counselor ever really say that? I mean, this guy's out of his mind. But, I mean, I'm glad Will bit him. That guy deserved it. You can't go around not feeding your dog. Come on. Come on, poor Billy.
Believe us, Will. We don't lie. Someday one of us will appear before you. One who understands you well. Follow him.
That can't have been Billy because he was an old coot even way back then. There's no way he's still alive. Follow him. Was he talking about Pop? Why would he say something like that? I don't understand. But he does have a point. I really can't do anything on my own. I'm hopeless without Pop around. Okay, so I don't necessarily know if these are figments of Will's imagination, because how would he have guessed that he was mistreating Billy and not feeding him and known about the woman? So I think, I mean, maybe Murdoch, because I don't think anybody can even see Murdoch or even the mime or Misery. But the dog, I mean, it's an actual dog, but just Will can hear it talking. I don't know. I still don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to shut up right now. But it's very interesting. This storyline is so good. It's like, gosh, I want to keep playing, but these puzzles are taking me forever. So now that that's done, let's go to the floor number, I think it's number 4. Yeah, we're on the 4th floor now. It's the very end. And let's go to room 3408. Before we do, let's try to proceed past it. Just to warn you, there might be a little bit of a jump scare. I wasn't expecting it, so it scared the hell out of me, but here it is right here. Feels like somebody's watching me. Scary. I don't want to go through there. Yeah, no kidding. If you try to walk again, it says you feel like somebody's watching. So nothing really to do. Let's take a look at this sign right here. It says, "We encourage everyone to lead a quiet life. Do not talk loudly. This is not a lounge. Watch your step in the halls and don't make too much noise. If you find someone hurting themselves or hurting others, inform the staff at once. Keep your hands and feet to yourself." Okay. And back when we read that note or the diary, it was talking about the patient in this room kept thinking somebody was looking at them. So let's go in this room. And we never had access. You had to do that cutscene first with going all 3 maps in order. Before that, we didn't have access to come in here. So if you talk to the chair, it gives you the option to move it around. And back in the diary, it said that the bar, or the chair was pushed up to the bars and he was facing outwards. So that's what we have to do. We have to pull and push it over to the bars. And then you can rotate it too. So let's do one more pull and then one more push. And then once you move it in this spot too, if you take a look at it, you don't have the option to move it anymore. That's kind of a hint that's where it has to go as well. So let's rotate the chair facing the bars. Talk to it one more time. Let's sit in the chair. And this is actually very, very clever. I like that. I just like this puzzle. It says everyone is watching you from between the tapes and the bars. So yeah, that's kind of creepy. So with that done, let's go talk to the notice again. And then after that, you can, well, just exit out first, and then it gives you the option to tear it down. And after that, Will says, seems like that bad feeling went away. Sure enough, yeah, we can walk past now. What's in this room? I don't think there's anything. Okay. So we got another bridge here. And yet another cutscene. Wow. I can see the whole forest. These woods are really big. This hospital must have been built here to be hidden. After all, it was full of weirdos. Of course, they'd want to hide it. All the patients here had their own worlds. They didn't try to leave them. So all you could do is remove them from society. And I guess I'm the same way. I'm locked up in my own world. Everyone else thinks I'm nuts. What's gonna happen to me, I wonder?
What are you doing out here? You found your rat yet? You said earlier about how Pop could talk. Do you actually think that?
I should have never told you that. I already knew you wouldn't believe me. It's how it's been for a long time. See animals talking and things others don't see, but no one's ever believed me. The truth is, all animals can talk, but no one believes them, so they don't.
Who told you that?
Old Billy, an old skinny dog at my counselor's place.
Won't talk as nobody will believe it, huh? Sounds like somebody I know. So, what started it?
Huh?
Animals talking? Seeing weird stuff? Was there something that started it all off?
What started it? It was the Hanged Man.
Oh yeah?
Ugh, enough. The more I say, the more you'll think I'm nuts.
Well, suppose you might fall under that category. When I was a kid, I judged a lot by what's visible. This person looks good. This person's athletic. This person's smart. The seeds of imagination get trimmed as soon as they bud, because in a small community, they just get in the way. Not many people can grow them right. If you can get a good flower to bloom, that can be a big advantage to you. Nothing to moan and groan over.
Just stop it. Don't talk like you understand. You're just saying you don't believe me either, right?
Sure, I'm not going to believe you, but I do happen to think it's very interesting. Something wrong with that?
I sort of get what you're saying, but because of my weirdness, people suspect Mom of treating me badly. I don't want to trouble her anymore.
What do you think parents are for? They act like stepping stones for their kids. If you can make her smile someday, it's fine. How about you give up your rat search for today? It's only going to get darker. Besides, David's worried about you.
No, he's not. Like he could be worried about me.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not his cousin. I'm David's little brother. It's just our father who's the same, but... For a long time, I never knew, but my mom was on the phone the other day.
Mr. Hoover, please, just leave it be. It's all on me. No, I didn't know. But I found out about you later. I couldn't do anything. And I feel terrible about what happened to your mother. Will has nothing to do with this, alright? Please, don't say anything to him. He loved his father. I don't want to disillusion him.
Mom?
Will! Sorry about that. It's time to eat, isn't it? I'll start getting it ready.
I found out by reading Dad's diary. After Mom got pregnant with me, he divorced David's mom. Mom never knew Dad had another family until he died. He kept it a secret the whole time. There were a lot of photos kept in the diary. Photos of David and his mom. He wrote about a lot of old memories and things, too. He also wrote, "I regret abandoning my family." Whenever I meet him, David won't even look at me. I doubt I'll ever be forgiven for abandoning my frail wife and my middle school-aged son. The diary also had a letter in it. The letter came with the hangman card and said, "You're a demon child."
So that's that letter you have?
I'm sure this letter didn't come from Dad. It must have been addressed to me and he hid it. After all, I stole Dad away from David. It's all because of me. I ruined David's family.
So you think it was David who wrote that letter? And David was the one who called and made your mom cry?
No, not necessarily. It's just I can't think of any other possibility. Mom is always cheerful and tough, but she was crying. If Mom's being threatened by somebody, I'm not able to protect her. Pop tried to stop me. He said, "What good will it do to go? What can you even do?" But I just couldn't stand it. Mom had David's address written down, so I used that too.
Uh-huh. Well, you didn't have to lie and say you were his cousin.
David was the one who said that. After I broke some merchandise at a fishing shop and he got called in.
Eh? What'd you do that for?
Dad liked to fish. He used to take me along. I was lost and wandered into a fishing shop, and I saw the same fishing rod Dad used to have. When I thought of how Mom was suffering because of Dad, before I knew it, I was stomping it to pieces. I came to apologize to David, to say I'm sorry for messing up his family. And yeah, I went and did that and caused him more trouble, so I ended up just running away. Why am I such a coward? I don't know what I should do anymore.
Well, not to stomp all over your determination, but I don't think the letter you've got was written by David. That isn't David's writing. And at least in my opinion, he doesn't have the guts to threaten others. He's stupidly good-natured. On top of that, you say David called your mom, but you didn't hear the conversation, right? Isn't it jumping the gun to say he's threatening her?
Then this letter...
Whatever it was that led you here, you came to talk to David, right? And David could have pretended you were a stranger, but he didn't. He decided to take you with him. He must have wanted to talk to you. In which case, you ought to meet him properly. If you think you've troubled him, apologize for it. You're only a real coward if you give up now.
There's one other person I need to apologize to.
Who's that?
The owner of the fishing shop. I was too scared and nervous, so I never apologized for breaking the merchandise.
Then you'd better do that.
Yeah.
I'll be heading out after a little more searching. You should consider the same. If you really want to keep going, there's always tomorrow. See you.
Keith. Keith, was your son important to you?
Yeah, best guy in the world. I still think so now. I wouldn't call your old man's decision right or wrong. Either way, it hurt people, and he regretted it himself. Putting yourself through pain might seem irrational to you, but that's the way a lot of things are. If you butt at everyone, it'll be hard to live. What I can say is, don't grovel. Your old man didn't make his decision for you to do that. It was just his way of settling things. Stick out your chest and don't lose sight of your goal. You didn't come all this way to cry and say, it's my fault, did you?
Well, at least we know now why Will was stomping on the fishing pole in the beginning of the game. But man, that is just crazy. And we also know what this item is too, the letter and the card, the hangman card. Yeah, you're a demon child. Someday you'll be burning in hell for your sins. So crazy. I like I said, I want to keep playing this game. I haven't played much past this part. Oh my god, that scared me. I forgot about that. That scared me. This seems more run down than the other buildings. I'd better be careful. Okay, so I'm going to end the video here just because I know there was a lot of cutscenes and I don't want to make these videos too long. Let's just go ahead and grab this map right here. It's for, I think, map number 5? 6. Do I have all 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and thank you for watching.